Addanki is here? Okay, please come. He's going to speak on integration guided imagery, visualization, Ayurveda, yoga, meditation, nutrition, along with conventional oncology protocol. Your talk is over, sir. I finished it by reading the title.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dr. Sarat Addanki. Originally, I'm a software executive from Silicon Valley. In 2014, my mother was diagnosed with cancer, and she passed away in 2015. That's when I realized that cancer treatment requires more than one modality, one science. So that's how my journey started in terms of integrative oncology. Copy? Oh, okay, got it. Thank you. So, during her cancer journey, I moved to Hyderabad from San Francisco. And one of the things I was constantly trying to see is how to reduce her side effects of chemotherapy and radiotherapy. I pretty much went around everywhere, looked out for whatever I can get my hands on. I was trying to give it to her, but after I would say 6 months to 1 year, she said, I don't want to go through this pain anymore. And at one point she said, maybe this chemo is killing my tumor, but I don't think I'll survive the side effects of what's happening here. So that's how my journey started. So one of the things I've told her is I would save at least one person from going through the same pain. That's what I promised her. And after that, what I did is I started understanding what is the conventional protocols, what do they really do, what are the impacts, what are the side effects of chemotherapy, radiotherapy. I did a lot of research on that. Then I realized that there are a lot of proven complementary protocols which are out there. So I first started with Ayurveda. And since I'm an engineer, I don't think people would really take me seriously. So what I did is I went back and I did all the prerequisites, anatomy, physiology. I learned all the basics of what I need to do. Then I did a 5-year course in Ayurveda. I became an Ayurvedic doctor. Then I realized that diet is one of the most important things. So I went to Cornell and I did a course on nutrition. Then I was reading a lot of information, and one of the things which came out very clearly is it's a lot of it also to do with psychology and emotions, how we are managing our emotions and stress. So I did a mind-body medicine course from a very famous professor from UCLA. That's called the guided imagery and visualization. So I brought all these under one umbrella. So started with Ayurveda. And initially I was focusing on all the herbs which Ayurveda plus Western herbology has to offer to manage the side effects, as simple as bloating, constipation, diarrhea, mucositis, things like that. Where there are very, very simple Ayurvedic herbs which are out there, which will really help people. So I started educating people on how simple cumin helps, how to take cumin water, how to add guduchi in your day-to-day along with your water to help with the common side effects of chemotherapy and radiotherapy. Then I also realized that sense of smell is very powerful. So I did extensive research on aromatherapy. So I've identified at least 20 plus essential oils, which has a lot of beneficial therapeutic effect when a person is taking chemotherapy or radiotherapy or who undergone surgery. For instance, as simple as there is one essential oil called helichrysum. It's extremely useful for neuropathy. So things like that, that's when I started adding all of those. Then in 2018, we blended mind-body medicine and yoga into this. Then we also started one more vertical or brand called Ojeska. It started, the meaning of Ojeska is, Ojas is, vitality. So how can we bring vitality using our Ayurvedic and Western supplements? Then I also realized that cancer is extremely expensive, especially if you're financially weak. So we thought that we would also start helping people who are financially weak. So we started a trust called Srinivasan Muniswamy and Radha Addanki, where we have three main programs: health for all, education for all, and livelihood for all. Then as one of the things which I realized is on an average, I take 5 to 6 sessions of guided imagery consultation over the phone. Some of the consultations are where people who are taking chemotherapy, they call me. When I talk to them, I help them to manage their side effects. I thought it's not a scalable option anymore. I got to figure out how to scale myself so that we can put these guided imagery consultations or the scripts into a VR device. So that's how the entire our guided imagery we now have on this VR device. Our goal is, as we are speaking, we are doing a clinical trial in M&J Cancer Hospital in Hyderabad, where our goal is, while a person is taking chemotherapy or radiotherapy, if they wear this and they go through series of, I would say, videos in an immersive 360 degrees mode, where they can really feel the impact of, for example, as simple as, let's say, fatigue. One of the reasons of fatigue is toxins in the bloodstream, and I'm taking a chemotherapy. So I have one script for like that. There are more than 250 scripts based on the patient, what they are taking and where they are in their clinical journey. We have various videos, immersive videos. And our goal is, by the end of this year, do a proper clinical trial, document it, and scale this whole thing to the next level. And this is our Hyderabad and San Francisco center. Again, I don't want it to be a hospital. I want it to be something different, where they can get a different feeling or feeling of healing. So this is our team. Now, as I said, the integrative protocols, again, it's aromatherapy, as I've told you briefly, and yoga and meditation, Ayurveda, sound, and guided imagery, visualization, along with diet and nutrition. This is our protocol, how we integrate what we do with an oncologist, and an end-to-end protocol. That's how we manage our protocols. Again, where all we get involved: at the time of diagnosis, during, as well as after. During is to reduce the side effects, improve the efficiency of the conventional protocols, as well as manage the side effects. Plus, post their conventional treatments, how do we help them to detox, rejuvenate? Now, aromatherapy, it's a very, very fascinating science. I'll give an example. Let's say if somebody is coming and attacking us, either we fight or we flight. But what can a plant or a tree, what it can do? It cannot do anything. But nature has given its roots, so it has potential to go and generate, create over a period of time certain chemicals which can be used as a defense against. It can be insects or it can be birds, whatever it is. So when you extract either from a plant or from a leaves or from a flower or a bark or a root, we are extracting the essence of that therapeutic benefits of those plants. And if you are using it in a medical form, it will be extremely useful. For instance, I travel a lot. On an average, my jet lag is around a day. I'm trying to figure out how do we cut it down. So I have now a jet lag blend. What does it do? During a travel, I have more of, when I'm speaking about Ayurveda, I have more of two elements. That is, my air and space elements are out of balance. So I need to bring a earth element. Now, where can I bring an earth element other than a root? So I took vetiver essential oil and I created a blend. So from ungrounded, it is grounding me when I am using an essential oil from roots. Again, this is just an example of how aromatherapy can be used for therapeutic benefits. Again, these are all the various essential oils and medical indications. For instance, bergamot, it can be for depression. Similarly, for various medical indications, we have these essential oils. You can apply, in various, it can be a diffuser, it can be a therapy, it can be in marma therapy, or, as a spray. We'll go fast. Ayurveda. What we have done is, for common side effects, these are all the Ayurvedic supplements or the medicines which are out there. Similarly, by cancer type, we have also identified what can be used. Diet and nutrition. Again, I've identified what all the common problems which we face when we are not, following the right diet, and what are some of the cancers which we get, and what are the common, I would say, the most important cruciferous vegetables, plus garlic, onion, and tomatoes, and curcumin, and omega-3. It's an anti-inflammatory. Again, this is the general guidelines, at least 30 grams of fiber, and non-starch fruit vegetables, at least 5 portions of it. Try to reduce processed foods as well as, red meat, and sugar and alcohol. Again, these are a couple of examples. Broccoli is a great example. It will actually help to reduce toxins, and similarly, garlic and onions. The other most important thing, I was really amazed when I read this. There is only one copy of this in the entire world, that is in Stanford Library. I was able to get hold of it, and I read the entire book. And it says in 1926, they've studied around 50 cases, and when she studied it, it was proven that cancer is also, one of the main reasons is also emotional block and chronic stress. That is what she proved in 1926. So one of the things which we do is, again, this is a chart which gives how when we are in chronic stress, how it becomes, hormonal, how we will be in a hormonal imbalance. At the same time, when our immunity is suppressed. When immunity is suppressed, hormones are out of balance, obviously cancer will grow. Again, this is a chart from Washington School of Medicine. It's a very interesting chart. For each of the events in our life, it has a stress score. It seems if we have accumulate more than 300 points of stress score in a year, there is a 49% of chance that we will have some serious illness. Again, how do we reverse it? By integrative stress management. Again, this is the guided imagery which I talked about. Similarly, there's both Carnatic as well as Western music as well as Hindustani. There are very beautiful ragas which we also play during the conventional treatment. And these are the various impacts or the symptoms. Same thing with yoga, then the meditation. Again, we have looked into lots of hundreds of papers, and that's how, again, whatever we do, it's all scientific, proven by data. So this is the contribution so far we have done. Again, as I said, our trust, we give nutritious food. So far we gave more than 2 lakhs nutritious food packs to the cancer patients and their caregivers. And we also do free cancer support.